What's up, YouTube? I want you guys to listen to this message today on Truck Talk because it's quite possibly the most important message that I have ever shared on here, and it might be the most important thing that you have ever heard and contemplated on. And today's talk is going to be about hope, as you saw from the title of this episode. Why do I say this is possibly the most important thing? It's because hope is the literal surface that we build everything else upon. It's the dirt, man. It's what the foundations rest upon. And without it, or if you put your hope in the wrong things and you build foundations upon poor soil, you are going to crumble. Everything will crumble. Now, that's a fact, all right? I ask people when I go and speak, every time I start with asking people, what are you putting your hope in? If we want to establish something that's true about all of us who are watching this right now, we can all agree that in a very short period of time, we're all going to be reduced to a pile of bones and eventually dust. That's where we're headed. And so in light of that truth that we all share, what is your hope in light of that? Are you hoping in your physical strength, or maybe your beauty? Well, you're going to get old, you're going to get weak, and you're going to get ugly. Are you hoping in your legacy? You'll be forgotten in a few generations. I don't care how wealthy you are. You hoping in your reputation? Yeah. If you have an impeccable reputation, it's probably just because you've been really good at hiding your mistakes. What are you hoping for or in? And usually when I ask people that, in light of the truth, everybody just sits there silent. Now I see the question gets thrown out quite often, is there still hope for America? Is Donald Trump our only hope? Right? We see those questions all the time. Is there still hope? In my opinion, that's a silly question to ask. Because again, hope is an ultimate thing. Is there hope for America? Well, what is America? What is this nation? It's simply a bunch of people who have tried to agree upon some things and live together. Is there hope in people? Well, we've all determined the fact that here very shortly, each and every one of us are going to wind up just a pile of rotting flesh and bones and dust. This is something you should contemplate when someone asks you these questions. Is there hope for America? It's a silly question. Of course not. Of course not. All of that being said, I want you to understand this is why I am so passionate about the faith that I have been given in Jesus Christ. If you read the Bible, you will find a place in the book of Romans that references God as the God of all hope. It doesn't say this is a God that you can put your hope in. No, it says this is the God of all hope. In other words, there is no hope in anything outside of who God is and what has been revealed to us through the gospel of Jesus Christ. And a lot of you guys don't believe that way. And for a long time, I didn't believe that way either. And you say, well, Chad, how did you come to believe this? How did you get to a place where you were able to place your hope in this God and this gospel that's never changing? Well, it's a gift. I've been given that faith. And I believe you can receive it too. I want to encourage you if you're feeling hopeless or in despair, or maybe if you have just now realized that you're putting your hope in really ridiculous things, and maybe you didn't even understand how important hope was and what it really meant, I want to encourage you to humble yourself and cry out to God, my Father, and ask Him for this blessed hope. Hope in His only begotten Son, Jesus Christ. I want you to ask Him for it. Beg Him for it. I want you to seek it. And I believe He will gift it to you. And so a lot of you may be wondering why I believe the way I believe. And the first, again, answer is because it was a gift. And the second part of that is I believe in the gospel of Jesus Christ as my only hope because I have to. Because in light of the truth of our mortality, if I don't believe in the gospel, I literally have nothing to hope for. Nothing. Humble yourself, man. Ask, seek, and knock. Seek hope from the God of all hope. Because if you choose to harden your heart and not do so, you will crumble. And I can say that from experience. If you got anything out of this episode, I just ask you to do one thing. Share it with somebody. And if you want to go above and beyond, get you a hat, get you a t-shirt, man. Keep my man Chili in the dungeon. I love you guys. Catch you on the flip-flop. Enough said.